from here, let's go ahead and start off with the first part of the video. We're going to go and into modeling, and we're going to go create a box and click anywhere. Maybe we want to change this. If we look at the grid on the floor, we can figure out how big we want it. I think typically the grid is 512 by 512. If we look like that, yeah. So obviously play around with how big you want this to be. I'd say that looks like good enough for us. This is going to be for our checkpoint, custom checkpoint. Go ahead and maybe change this to a small number. Let's go for 10. And now we are going to move these 3 triggers away. Cool. We're going to go choose a color just to begin with. We're probably going to choose something like a black trigger. Sorry, we're going to go choose a black material. If we just type in black, we should find like black flat. I like black flat. So now we're going to just go ahead and copy paste this black one. And then we are going to turn the scale to about 0.9. Now we just want to go and drag this up slightly, just so that we can see the second layer. And we're going to go change this to another material. For the moment, we're just going to put this as white flat. This will allow us to have 2 different materials in our switch. And then what we want to do here is go into X form, and we want to merge. And then let's go and name this as checkpoint mesh. Now we have something called checkpoint mesh. This is fantastic. But let's go and open this up in the meshes folder. We can see we have it here. We're going to just go name this checkpoint mesh on. I'm going to duplicate that, and then we'll have checkpoint mesh off as well. Next up, we're going to go into a photo editing software. If you want just to have the free image made by me, then you can find that in the Discord. If you want to support the channel to help me to grow, you can donate to me on Coffee. Use creator code GISMO in the Fortnite item store. I have a Patreon. Liking the video, commenting, and join Discord. Everything really helps, so appreciate anything that you guys do. So what I'm going to do here is just go ahead and create a new layer in Photopea, and we will maybe find shapes tool, custom shape, and I am looking for an arrow that we can use to point the players in the right direction. This isn't really like 100% necessary, but I want to have this to point them where they need to go. Let's just go ahead and put this down, and we can rotate this 90 degrees. Thank you. Up here, let's go and just set it to a solid 90 so it's not wonky. And I'd say about that looks good. What I'm going to do is just make it look a little bit cooler. Let's add some stroke to the outside, maybe 5. And I'm going to go and choose a red arrow. And we're going to choose the paint tool, the bucket tool, sorry. And we need to rasterize this layer. Now we can paint it. And we can also go ahead and make this stroke a bit bigger. I'd say that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and maybe add a shadow as well. Outer glow, that's what we want. And yeah, let's go ahead and see how this is looking. For the background layer, I'm going to go make this red as well. Cool. So this is going to be once they haven't stepped on the... This is going to be for once they haven't actually stepped on it. I like this personally, so I'm going to go and save this. I'm going to call this one texture not reached checkpoint. And then we're going to go and click onto the background, and we're going to go put this in a nice green. And we're going to go name this one texture reached checkpoint. Great. Now let's go back into our files and let's create a new folder called textures. I'm going to try and teach you how to stay organized as well. We can see we have filters here. I don't think we need those, but we can see our folders here on the left side. I'm going to open textures and import the two I just made. Now that I have both of these textures here, I'm going to go create a material by right clicking on one. And we're going to go press find material, create material. I'm going to call this one material underscore checkpoint off. And let's go open this up. Great. So I'm actually going to increase the emissive amount. Link up this to emissive as well, actually, I meant. So now we have it to be emissive. And we're also going to maybe play around with specular. We'll just see how this looks like. Let's go ahead and throw this on here. I'd say that's appropriate for us. Now let's go ahead and reopen this and right click onto this texture. And we're going to press convert to parameter, and we're going to just call this one texture param. Yeah, whatever. This was fine, and then we're going to go right click onto our material and press create material instance. Put an I after material, and we're going to change this to checkpoint on. Hopefully you're all following along nice and it's not too complicated. So now let's just go ahead and type in checkpoint to find our other texture. Oh, sorry, okay. Tick this editable that says texture param, and we're going to go change it to our other texture. So there we go. Now we have both textures ready. What we now do is go into our meshes folder and open our off mesh. What we want to do in here is choose our new material. Great. And now we also want to go turn this checkpoint mesh on to use our other material, which was material instance. If I try checkpoint, there we go. So save both of those and we can go delete this. We can see that we now have two different custom checkpoint meshes. How we're going to use these is we're going to go into a switch and drag down the bar to find this one. And we're going to go name this one switch checkpoint 1. Now let's go look through the settings, and we want to disable sound, or you can keep sound on, but I'm turning it off. You want to disable allow interaction. Keep enabled game start on, visible during game on. All of these are fine. We want to enable the use custom mesh checkbox, and we're going to go put our new meshes in here. So if we type in what did we call ours? I've already forgotten. Checkpoint mesh on and checkpoint mesh off. So now whenever we get our coin, we're going to be flipping between the two. Mesh switches can sometimes not stay correct, but it works fine, don't worry. And I did actually put these in the wrong order. If you want to know how I just instantly changed it like that, if you shift right click and then shift left click, you're going to be able to like paste specific editables. You're not always going to be able to do this, but a lot of the time if it's the same kind of editable, you can. Moving on, we are going to enable store state per player so that this is going to work for everyone that steps on it. Great, so we're going really well. And we are going to have this to turn off whenever finish trigger is triggered. Actually, we're not going to do this yet. We'll do that, for example, once we have loads, so that we can mass turn off and on them all, or turn them off altogether. But for the turn on, we do need to do this individually. So let's go ahead and turn these on, which we will be doing with a collectible coin. So go ahead and find collectible object. If you want to put a custom object into this collectible coin, you can go ahead and change custom mesh and put it as whatever you want. For example, you want to collect a rock. There you go, you can collect a rock. We're going to go ahead and call this one collectible object number 1. And we are going to have this to respawn whenever stage. Actually, we're going to do this with verse actually for the rest of that. If you want to support the channel to help me to grow, you can donate to me on Coffee. Use creator code GISMO in the Fortnite item store. I have a Patreon. Liking the video, commenting, and join Discord. Everything really helps. So I appreciate anything that you guys do.